Hi, it's the Carter Man, host of Coffee with the Carter Man, America's #1 political activist podcast. You can watch it on all your social media. I recommend Rumble. Or just sign up at constitutionalrightspack.com, constitutionalrightspack.com, and we'll email it to you every Tuesday afternoon so you can watch it at your leisure. I want to talk to you just for a minute, if I may, about Trump's tariffs that are being widely criticized, of course, by the lamestream media, the lickspittle lamestream media, and are being resisted by Mexico and Canada. Mexico and Canada. Mexico and Canada. And we're supposed to shake in fear because we're going to put tariffs on you too. Okay, let's start with Mexico. Now, let me preface it with this. I do not have anything against Latinos, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm married to a Latina from Honduras, okay? Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, very smart Latina mujer from south of the border. So anybody who wants to yell racist, and Latinos are not a race, they're an ethnicity, but anybody wants to start screaming that screed, help yourself, because I'm not going to let up. Mexico. Now, let me say how we need to feel about Mexico and the Marxist president they elected, who's about as Latino as I am. But she is a Marxist, and that's really what's important to her. So she is threatening us. We're going to put tariffs on you too, so you be sorry. Ma'am, I know baseball has been very, very good to you, but we don't really need a lot of rice and beans from your country, which is really, if you think about it, pretty much all you produce, on your own. I like rice and beans. My wife loves rice and beans, but we can probably come up with our own. Now, there's one other thing you produce that maybe you think we can't live without, and that's drugs. You sponsor the drug cartels. You partner with the drug cartels. Then you send your drugs our way. And I know the real thing you're upset about is we're saying now, no thank you, under Donald Trump, after saying under Biden and Mayorkas, Latino, by the way, Cuban, if you're wondering why he let 15 million fellow Latinos in, maybe there's some ethnic prejudice there. Think about it. But I know those two told you send all the drugs you can, we'll let them right through. And but Trump is saying no, not having any more. So, Madam President of Mexico, maybe you better rethink waging war on the United States. Probably not going to work out well for you. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. It's an old saying. It's an old American saying. Check it out. Okay, now, Canada, also ruled by a Marxist, Trudeau, vile little Marxist. They say he's Fidel Castro's son. Could be. His mother was a groupie. Look, check it. Look, Google it. His mother was a groupie. I kind of think he may be Mick Jagger's son, which for his sake, I hope so. At least then he might have a little talent other than putting people before firing squads, which I'm sure he'd love to do since he's taken away all their freedoms and rights up there. Just ask the truckers. He has threatened tariffs on what we send up. He's starting to go to economic war with us. Now, I want you to think What do you get from Canada that you can't live without? Look around, look all around you. I love their national anthem. "O Canada" is a beautiful song. Anytime they want to sing it to me, help yourself, as long as you don't charge me for it. But Mr. Trudeau, whose father at least had a little elan about him. This guy has nothing. We don't care what you do up there. We never have. What do you have? Ice hockey. You're good at ice hockey. Sometimes, occasionally, the Toronto Blue Jays play good baseball. Other than that, Canada, what can't I live without that they have? The Canadians I'm closest to, they've all left the country. One of them lives in Honduras, the other's in Mexico. Okay, so you don't have a lot going for you, Mr. Trudeau, that we kind of can't live without down here. So think about that before you wage economic war on the United States. I mean, you wonder, I guess they all still think Biden's president, and they can say and do whatever they want, and we're going to bow and scrape. The mumbling, bumbling idiot is gone. We now have a real president who puts America first. And Mexico and Canada, my final word to you is this is not going to end well for you. Don't wage economic war on the United States. You know, let me put it in ways, a literature way, and I'll close with this. We're Gulliver, you're Lilliputians, okay? So don't do it, all right? Trump's a serious man, and we intend to demand fairness. And if I were Trump, I'd tell him, okay, I'll tell you what, we'll just bring all our industry back home. Bring it back home. Make America great again by making it independent again. Let's return manufacturing so made in America really means something again. That should be our total answer to these two wannabe world powers on it to our south and north. Let's do this thing.